She's here with us today to share a few of her tips that she's used to not only generate an amazing amount of business, but to also provide a higher level of customer service to her clients as well. So Jillian, I think maybe the best way to explain that is when you're in a listing presentation, how do you talk with your clients? What are you telling them that you do differently than all the other agents out there?
Absolutely, that's a great question. And when I'm in a listing appointment, there's a part of my listing presentation where we talk about our marketing edge. And one of those things that we like to highlight specifically is our system for open houses. For example, every time we get a listing, we put the property on the market and we schedule an open house. It's one of the first steps on our checklist. And when we schedule that open house, there's also a whole system that goes around an open house. It starts with, for example, we create an open house invitation and we send it out to the entire neighborhood. We also send the invitation out to our spheres of influence as well to show them what we are doing to sell properties.
Excellent.
Step two would be we start making phone calls to the entire neighborhood. Number one, to let them know about our new listing, and secondly, to invite them to the open house. The third thing that we do is we have a system for door knocking the entire neighborhood prior to the open house to invite the neighbors to the open house as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is all a tremendous system. Every listing that the Jillian Bos team lists gets this service.
Yes.
So you're doing, and I know that through your studies you found that the ultimate purchaser of a home is typically a friend, family member, or acquaintance of someone that already lives in that area.
Exactly.
So you're always marketing to a radius around every single listing.
That's exactly right, and there's more. In addition to that, we also always place an open house ad in the newspaper. And what we like to do to set ourselves apart from all the other open houses that are going on that weekend is we like to do something called twilight open houses or twilight tastings. And so we usually do the open houses from 4 to 6 or 5 to 7, and we have, nice wine and cheese or tacos and margaritas or something fun like that to really make it more of like a community block party. Also, it's a great way to get our sphere involved as well. Now, at a listing appointment, usually people that I list with will know about how aggressive we are with our marketing and especially our open houses, and so I don't have to go into that too much with them. But it's really a win-win situation because not only are we working harder than any other agent will to sell their property, we're also giving them a wonderful customer service experience, and it's benefiting our team as well because it really gives us a lot of exposure. One of the other great things about explaining that at a listing presentation is, especially when you're interviewing against other agents, it's a really great, very powerful thing to be able to say, here are all the things that we do to market your property to its fullest extent. Tell me a little bit about what the other agents you've interviewed are planning to do to get your home sold.
Yeah.
So it's a very powerful strategy that really is a win-win. It's a great system.
Yeah, it's amazing how so many agents don't get it when they talk about providing a higher level of customer service. They're just worried that you're going to answer phone calls and things like that, which is important, don't get me wrong, but
Absolutely.
It's kind of a minimum level of due diligence. Yeah. What they're hearing from you is something they're not going to hear from anybody. Yeah. Especially if they've been on the market with somebody else before. You come in like a white knight, just shining in all your glory that I'm going to do all of these things that you couldn't imagine possible.
That's right.
And you don't have a problem with that. It's not like extra work for you because it's also all designed to get you more business too, because the neighbors see you working.
Yep.
All of that, the neighbors see the open house, the neighbors see the twilight tasting, they get the phone call, they get the mailer, they get the flyers. So they see that no one works harder than the Jillian Bos team.
We're not telling them that we do these things, we're showing them that we do it, and they believe it because chances are they've experienced it, and that's why they've called us.
That puts it absolutely perfectly. So, like I said, guys, no one lead generates around listings better than the Jillian Bos team.